Hey everyone, I've been driving around in our 120 V6 a little bit and I felt a bit like something was missing, and it is. So I've organised another scan gauge and I'm going to go through a little bit of information on it, and there will be a discount code very soon, not in this video. This is going to be more info installation. I'll show you sort of, maybe how to program it, maybe not in this video. There'll be a few videos, and then eventually, hopefully over the next few days or a week or two, we'll come up with a discount code 4x4 diesel that will work for about a week. Right, so this is the ScanGauge2, and I'm just unboxing it here now. So that's basically what you get. You got the box, you got the book, you got the lead, and you've got the scan gauge itself. This is much smaller and slimline. I choose this because in the 120, it's kind of, I'm not saying you can't have a ScanGauge3, but it just sits nice and neat on the steering there. It just comes with some Velcro. You can just stick it on. There's other places you can put it, but I want it where I can see it. And I want to monitor the coolant temperatures, the transmission temperatures, and the alternator. I just want to be able to look and go, yeah, I'm charging, and all the temps are good. They're the main things. If any engine codes come up, I want to be able to scan it and clear the codes, see what they are, whatever the case may be. Like it says here, scan, you press that button. Pretty straightforward to use. We've got a whole playlist on scan tools. So what I'm going to do, get this stuck into position, get the lead out of the packet. All right, I just want to show you that lead. So you've got all the information you need to make the right decision. And get that plugged in. That just plugs in at the port down here. It's a bit dark down here, isn't it? Something else plugged in there. We've got the AutoFix 3210 plugged in there at the moment, so that can come out. That's that one. They work as well if you're happy to open up the phone. It's got a lot more information parameters on it, so that'll be handy as well. That'll just stay in the console for if I need information that this can't display. This is more, think of this as like a dash readout tool with some extra things that you want to see. This is actually, I'm not saying this has got everything, but this has got a lot of other parameters and outputs that you can read information. It just uses the app on your phone. So those AutoFix Australia, Trevor, you get those from Trev if you want one of them. I'm not saying whether you should buy that or this. I'm just here to show you what I'm putting in the V6 that I want permanent. Like I've got this in the other 120, I've got in the Hilux, it just sits there beautifully. The plug goes in the side there. The beauty is the ScanGauge2 is it can plug in the side or the back. With the ScanGauge3, that only plugs in the back. So they've both got pros and cons. This one, it doesn't just connect to the internet and automatically download all your X gauges from the internet, which is really easy. It's got some standard X gauges on there, like your coolant temp, your battery voltage. The transmission, I'm going to have to manually put those in. It's like a 30-digit code, and you've got to press all these buttons, and that's why it'll probably be a whole separate video to do that. But if I was to put a ScanGauge3, the configuration of the 120 dash, I just feel like it's going to be sort of in the way up there. So for me, I'm happy with the 2. You can pick about 3 different color backlights. I think there's a bit of a red color, blue color, standard sort of greeny color, something like that, a few different colors. And you just sort of need to be a little bit handy. It's not that hard. If I can do it, you can do it, to program in what's called the PIDs, which is kind of like the codes that decode it's just really a bit complicated. It's sort of out of my depth, to be quite honest. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'll just get the thing set up. You need to plug the lead into there, stick it on the Velcro, stick the lead down through here somewhere and just coil it up underneath here and plug it into your port. A bit dark down here without the light on. When we come back to you, we'll have the light on. Up to the bench with everything, because I'm going, normally there's these bits of Velcro that you can stick it down with, and you know what? They didn't let me down either, did they? I thought, oh, where are they gone? There they are. Bada bing, even though I've got some here anyway. Where I come from, there's no shortage of Velcro. I did buy some for a job and then had a change of plans, so that didn't work out, so I got some spare Velcro. I'm actually thinking because normally what we do, we just put a piece of Velcro like that, and honestly, it does sort of, it can, not that it's going anywhere, it can wobble around a bit, and I guess maybe, is that why they supply 2 pieces? I thought, oh, you might want a spare in case you want to put in a different car, but your steering column's not flat, so I wouldn't think to sort of stick that like that, because you probably only get surface area in the middle. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to save these, because I've got plenty of this, and it looks bloody big and fat. I reckon I'm going to put a big piece of that on there, and see how that goes. Let's give it a try. All right, there it is, stuck on really well. Once I get rid of that plastic and stick it down, that should be pretty neat, hopefully. Let's see. First thing I do, don't worry about the phone charger wire, I pass this end of the plug up through, see the bottom of the steering column, you can see through to the floor. Just put your hand underneath and just pass it through this gap here, bring it up, plug it in, and then stick it where you want it. And then you can work out where your lead's going to go. Just coil the rest of this up using the ties that it came with and leave it around about under here somewhere, and just get it coming out really neatly somewhere to get it to plug in without, so before you plug it in, over the top of some cables so that the wire stays up and it's not hanging down at your feet is going to be an important one. And there it is, that's how I like it, quite firmly mounted. Yeah, that's a lot firmer than the one in my 120. I'm going to redo it with this Velcro, to be quite honest, much better. Yeah, I think I just got it in Bunnings. It's not flat, so it's not going to stick all the way, so give it a good push down and it's going to have a bit of come up at either side, but look how solid that is. It's not going anywhere. I like it. I plug it in at the side because if I plug at the back, I have it pushed all the way down against the dash, if you know what I mean. So that's really cool. I'll just give this a bit of a bend and tuck it in there, coil up that wire. It's just about waiting for me, and plug it in. Plug it in, it'll do that, but it'll probably go off again because we haven't got the power turned on. So that's normal. That's what it looks like when you first plug it in. Right, I'm just going to give the wire a tidy up. It's plugged in there. So the wire, it's not going this way around there, and all this, I'll just coil it up with the zip ties and get riveted up there somewhere out of the way. Zip ties or those little ties, whatever the case may be. Right, so you just go, boom. Oh, connecting, it might not even connect because power's not on, but anyway, I don't care about that part at the moment. I was just going to press some buttons and show you, but it's not going to work out. Okay, we're going down under the dash here. Right, plug's there, wire sits there. I'll give it a bit more of a tuck in, you know, kind of like, I can't even see what I'm videoing, like that. Right, no wire anywhere around your feet. This one, you can see, I'll put those little, oh, I can't even see what I'm videoing. I'm so close to it. I'm just going to tuck that in, kind of like that. I'll fix it up and it's done. Oh my goodness, much easier to look at and show you from this end anyway, right? So there it is, that's secure. See what I mean? It's not flat, but it's nice and sticky, so they're just rock solid. They don't go anywhere anyway. You can move it up or down. You can sit it up here if you want. You might get a flatter area, but that's where I like it. I've always done that. Don't really have an issue. Haven't fixed up the quad lock yet. See, I've got the old dodgy one there. Oh, useless things, aren't they? Anyway, does the job for now. That's why the phone charger might stay there. Actually, I might not put a wireless because I don't like the wireless charging. The batteries get really hot. But you can see, if you're lucky, that's where it's just sitting. It's all up under here, and as you can see, I'll get this light out of the way. You can see there's no wires anywhere to be seen hanging over your feet, even from the plug. It just goes to the side like that, and that's how it should be. Not, you know, some cars, customers' cars, whatever, you know, they're just hanging around. Just make sure it's all clear. It's got to be safe. Needs a bit more of a clean down here, doesn't it? All right, cool. That's installed. I reckon that's a video. Let's play around with it in another video. Thanks for watching. Check the playlist if you can't wait, because we've already done it in the ScanGauge Scan Tools playlist, and we'll do it again in the next video. Catch you soon.